Boss, we are missing the mark
slow
on
down.
our AAA titles. Meanwhile, the indies are rocking the house.
And what are their strategies?
Well, it seems their strengths are refining their games, smart small scope and budgets, listening to the audience feedback, and a fair monetization.
Nah, that's BS. Give me the get rich fast strategy.
Well, we could use some buzzwords to impress investors and
like that.
try to
I
grab
like
a
that very much.
cash real quick, short term, but it will ruin our public image long
That's it.
term.
That's the strategy we're gonna go with. Yes! Yes!
not again.
Indie games can't stop behaving in ways that are beneficial to their customers. And if AAA doesn't take notes, their future is going to look dire. From full-blown demos, friendly monetization, attention to details, listening to community feedback, and a focus on how the game plays. Indies are full of great examples of how to promote and sell your games. When I initially started enjoying games, I started with the big franchises like at the time Medal of Honor, Grand Theft Auto, God of War, Metal Gear, Prince of Persia. I wasn't going very deep into indie territory, but as soon as I started purchasing my own games, I started trying more and more to invest in these outer rim games, right? And nowadays purchasing indie games is a blast. From extremely good and full of content games being priced from $40 to even $10 for tens and sometimes hundreds of hours of fun, to good performance and optimization, indie games have shown they are much more in tune with the gaming audience, their niches and buyers. And sure, we can find plenty of trash, slop, dumpster dive, asset flip, cash grab, get rich games on Steam and other places. But we also have plenty of examples of successful indies that have a lot to give to its players and customer base, and their practices are putting fear in the big players of the industry. Hollow Knight Silksong is a prime example of that. The game took a lot of years to be made, but developers were having fun in the process, banking on the success of the first game, and they didn't grow too fast or overscoped their second game. They kept to what they knew, made sure the gameplay was good, and brought more and improved the content. I actually never played Hollow Knight games, guys, can you believe it? Tell me in the comments if you played any. The amount of hype this game generated could make a AAA company easily charge $60 for this game, or a maybe level-grounded, more smart company could charge $40 for this game, but Team Cherry, the original Silksong creators, they decided to actually go for $20, a freakish $20 price that really puts into perspective how relative a team's budget and financial success is. And while I mention indie games, I do have to mention that some AA games also do these practices, but we are seeing the indies leading the example on these practices. One game I think I never mentioned here, but is a darling of mine, Songs of Syx, actually has a free version of the game that is just a couple of updates older. That amounts to a couple of years of content, but is enough for you to get a gist of the game and decide for yourself if you want to buy it or not. Some of these customer-first practices were done by AAA games in the past. One that I miss a lot on the new AAA games is creating and hosting your own private server to play with your friends in a non-secure network, just so you can chill. The DRM craze, the fear of piracy, and the thirst to control player experience to maximize monetization have killed the freedom of choice for players in AAA games, but indies seem to flourish, bringing all of these back. And some of them are hitting the spotlight in ways that cannot be ignored anymore. We keep hearing these stories of the big timers fearing the competition, right? And we see excuses left and right, like, oh, this only happens in this scenario, only this team could have made this game, they can only do this because of the success of their first game. But when these excuses start to pile up, you start to realize that some indies are onto something and they are actually managing to get success with these practices. Many of the AAA companies spend their time on big budgets, bloated scopes, and insane marketing fund. along with chasing unnecessary graphical fidelity, only to face the problem of making that endeavor profitable. Meanwhile, many indie and AA titles are proving that, while the road to success is always uncertain, the ones to reach the top are definitely the ones that listen to their audience feedback. Go for a fun and engaging gameplay loop, or a rich and story and experience to provide, focus on performance, and try a fair pricing and go for a realistic scope. The problem with that last part about scope is that many AAA games will go, they want to chase that holy grail of gaming, the big live service go-to gaming that all gamers will want to play all the time and will ditch every other game just to play this one. In that quest to find this specific magnum opus game is a paradox in itself, because every time a AAA company actually hits gold, they abandon the ship before even getting the profits back. It's just like that meme of the guy mining and almost reaching the gold, right? We have two great examples of what I'm saying. We have Red Dead Online and also Star Wars Battlefront 2. Rockstar is a company that created GTA Online, one of the arguably most profitable live services out there, making Rockstar a huge gap of basically 13 years between one Grand Theft Auto installment and another. And even with such success, they decided to basically put Red Dead Online on live support and deliver basically nothing. This is entirely my personal opinion, but I think Red Dead Online could even be greater than GTA Online. It had a more grounded system than GTA, and even though it was still an arcade game if compared to some simulators, the animation system, crafting, and graphical fidelity made it really immersive. But since you can't sell flying bikes that shoot homing missiles into other players, I guess Rockstar decided to put an end to that game. This is a clear example of what I was saying. AAA companies will kill player freedom in choice of monetization. In this case, instead of supporting two different games, one that is set in the Old West and another that is more modern, Rockstar just decided to kill the one that was obviously going to bring less money into the company, and they decided to fully focus on one single live service that was clearly more profitable to them. In the other case, Star Wars Battlefront 2, despite amazing graphics and decent gameplay, was so over-monetized it resulted in so much backlash. Electronic Arts decided to get rid of the monetization and subsequently just ditch working on the game. The game is still alive and kicking, but Electronic Arts failed to properly monetize it. This is the prime example of why this live service model that they have is so flawed. Even when they have success in their hands with a huge IP, they manage to fumble it somehow. The game is amazing. Battlefront has constant resurgence of players, meaning there is a gap on the market for that player base, and even with this recurring player base, Electronic Arts failed to properly have a plan to monetize this. I actually googled, and it seems that Battlefront 2 was not profitable in the end. This is crazy to think about it. And with these games now going for $80 and sometimes even $100 with their base game, not to talk about deluxe editions or whatever editions they manage to sell for even more, and customers having less and less disposable money all around the world, the pricing offer and what games you are going to buy become even more important. And with Steam Fest and other indie festival games, demos, or the demonstration for short, right? A vertical slice of the game where you can try and see for yourself just a gist, enough to decide if you actually want to keep playing that experience or if it's not for you, right? These demos are becoming ever more present in the gaming industry, and I think this is a great practice. And we obviously see indies doing this a lot. Play a curated snippet of the game and decide for yourself if the experience is enough to warrant your interest. I found many great games, guys, just trying their demos, and there are so many more that I have added to my wish list, and I want to buy them when I have the opportunity because I've played the demo and I love the games. I can't list them because there are so many games that I got to know this way. And this is the place we as customers should go and reward Games that are actually willing to give a snippet of their game because they know their game is so good and they have a ton of content to offer behind the scenes. The list of good practices could go on and on, but I think this is enough for this video. Great demos, fair pricing and content, no false advertising, taking their time to perfect their game and delivering what the audience wants are the main positive aspects of the indie industry right now, and the reason they are rising in popularity and blasting the top charts. Hell, companies like Nintendo are creating patents based on lies, claiming that patents that are well established in the gaming industry were created by them just so they can legally push an indie adversary out of the market. This is the sign that indie games are biting a size so big of this gaming industry pie that these companies are starting to be very afraid of the competition. Indie and AA games have the potential to bite even more of the AAA market, and it shows on their attitude. Some might try the legal way, but the long term lies on simply that. Listen to your audience, charge a fair price, take an L sometimes, don't try and always push the loss towards the customers, and focus on fun and performance. It's not simple and it's not guaranteed, but it's the least we as customers should expect from a AAA company, and it's the least they should do, since even indies are managing to deliver the full package. So that's it for the video, my guys. I want to know your opinion on this subject. Do you guys buy a lot of indies? Do you think they are bringing innovation and new mechanics? Do you still think that AAA games got what it takes, you know, to keep in the fight? Do you think they are going to improve their customer-friendly tactics, seeing how the indies are getting a bigger and bigger audience? Do you think they will decrease their scope to actually try and compete financially with the indies and maybe do more games with less bloated scopes instead of trying that one big huge game? You know, I want to know your opinion about this, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much and bye bye. And talking about indie, guys, if you were new here, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Leave a dislike if you didn't like the video, but I want to know your opinions about it, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.